Let's take you through.
KRASUCKI, Freeman, Sailor, Asha PHILIP of Great Britain, and Calvert of Jamaica completing the lineup. Blessing OKPAREEBO, of course, already with a silver medal in her pocket, the Nigerian, from the long jump last night. And with a best of 10.79, she is the world #2. She goes in lane 4, should qualify from this fairly comfortably. She's a big, powerful character. Murielle AHOURE of Trinidad, 5th in her heat, that's all last night. It was rather soft qualifying, I have to say, for these semi-finals. 24 going through, 11.37 her time. She made the semi-finals 2 years ago, and will have to run out of her skin to progress again this time. Olesya POVKH, only 5th in her heat herself. 11.41, the Ukrainian. That was a little disappointing, close, having run under 11 seconds this year. So the fastest time in the world this year by Shelly Ann FRASER-PRYCE. She goes in the 3rd semi-final. There is OKAGBARE. Busy couple of days she's having, that's for sure. But 10.79 sets her in a different class to most of this field, quite frankly. Octavious FREEMAN, the only other athlete here. The American in lane 6. OKAGBARE, remember, in 4. FREEMAN, the only other athlete to have gone under 11 seconds ever. Lot of noise in the arena. Let's hope that quietens down as they settle into their blocks. That lineup once more in heat 1, the first semi-final for the ladies in the 100. AHYE in 1, POVKH in 2, OKAGBARE in a 4 rather, KRASUCKI in 5, Freeman 6, Sailor 7, PHILIP 8, Calvert in 9. Well, I thought there was a bit of twitching in the blocks. POVKH very quick out of her blocks there to the right of picture in lane 3 for Ukraine, as you would expect. Here comes Freeman, though. Freeman leading at the moment. OKAGBARE looking relaxed there, and Sailor running really well too. Takes 3rd place, albeit about a metre down, and it is only the first 2 who go through by right. But that winning time, 11.08, not too bad at all. Into a very slight headwind. Let's see what Sailor's time is. Certainly she looked disappointed as she crossed the line and realised that she's going to have to sit out these next 2 heats now, maybe only one of them. Only 2 fastest losers' times will count. Blessing OKAGBARE 11.08 from Octavious FREEMAN 11.08. And there's a real confidence to the body language of Blessing OKAGBARE. I think there's a lot more to come from her. POVKH started quickly there in blue on the far side, but she was run down by most of the field eventually. And yeah, OKAGBARE winning it, but leaning back at the line. She wasn't really bothered. As long as she got a place in the first 2, she'll get one of the centre lanes. Freeman dwarfed by the big Nigerian, isn't she?
Well, that was great running, wasn't it, from those 3? And actually, there was quite a gap, wasn't there, between the first 3 and the athlete in 4th position, Calvert. And as you say, Verena SAILER is going to have to wait and see if 11.16 is good enough. Let's make a note of that.
And let's not forget that in Daegu 2 years ago, La Villenie was very strong favourite, but ended up in 3rd place. That was one of the big surprises out in Korea. There's that nonchalance of OKAGBARE there, easing across the line with a torso leaning backwards, but she did win 11.08 from Octavious FREEMAN. Sailor might well go 3 with that 11.16, and she'll be chewing her nails for a bit, but the American definitely through, and here is Octavious FREEMAN. Earning their trade on the hoof, so to speak.
So next up, the 2nd semi-final of the 100 metres for women, and quality oozing through there. You can see in lane 6, Murielle AHOURE from Ivory Coast, double Olympic finalist last year in London. Carmelita JETER, of course, the defending champion. She goes in lane 7, and she left London last year with gold, silver and bronze medals across various events. Only 2 go through, as we've seen from the first semi-final. It is brutal. Only 8 places, of course, available for the final. And when you have 3 semi-finals, that does mean that only 2 guaranteed to go through by right. There is 91, Carmelita JETER, and all the word is, the feeling is, that her title is under severe pressure. She hasn't always convinced, had a bit of a quad problem in London. So the lineup in full: POHREBNIAK, SÁNCHEZ, English Gardner in 4, Silva, Murielle AHOURE in 6, Carmelita JETER in 7, Brooks and OKPARAEBO in lane 9. The second semi-final of 3. 2 places guaranteed for the final, and 2 more across the semi-finals to the fastest losers. Remember, Verena SAILER 11.16 in 3rd place from the first of those semi-finals. Carmelita JETER, the defending champion, will come under some pressure here, certainly from AHOURE just to her left, and definitely from English Gardner in lane 4. Away first time, and English Gardner got a good start. AHOURE is also flying. AHOURE and Gardner taking it out. What has JETER got left? JETER coming back all the time. JETER coming back. JETER's going to get there. Is she on the line? Once again, it was close with AHOURE. AHOURE 10.95, much quicker than the first semi-final. JETER, another poor start. A little bit like Iri's merit in the hurdles, what, about half an hour ago. We thought JETER would be under pressure. She was under pressure. English Gardner got a flyer. And in the end, well, AHOURE and JETER on the line. Well, that was dicing with death, wasn't it, Tim, from Carmelita JETER's point of view?
Well, what a fascinating race from the reigning champion. Took a long, long time to come back to them, didn't she? She gets past English Gardner. AHOURE, what a run from the French. That's got to be close to a personal best for AHOURE. 10.95. JETER is given it ahead of the athlete from the Ivory Coast. 10.95 for her as well. And I rather suspect that English Gardner will get the fastest loser spot after that one. Shelly POVKH. Well, over to this 3rd semi-final at the far end of the track. Soumaré of France goes in lane 2. Pinto Lafamacando of Germany in 3. There's Yvette Lalova. 11.18 in the heat to English Gardner's 10.94, the Bulgarian. In lane 5, Kerron Stewart shared the Olympic silver medal back in 2008 and took silver in 2009 at the World Championships, the Jamaican. Alexandria Anderson of the USA goes in lane 6. Second, Kerron Stewart in the heat. The Jamaican was a winner. Her time 11.13 Anderson. She has run 10.91. And there is Shelly Ann FRASER-PRYCE. She has to be favourite. She's the fastest in the world this year with 10.77. That was in London. She's twice Olympic champion. Second in the Olympics last year over 200 metres. Gloria Osumnu of Nigeria. Well, already her teammate Blessing OKAGBARE has made it through from the first semi. African champion over 200 metres last year. Look for her to come through strongly as well in the second half of this one. And the lineup completed by Shanika Ferguson of the Bahamas. She'll be in lane 9. Third in her heat in 11.33. World junior champion back in 2008 at 200 metres, but that has stronger discipline. She's not come near 11 seconds at 100 this year. But Shelly Ann FRASER-PRYCE, fabulously powerful starter, and can break 11 seconds, looking more relaxed than virtually anybody in this current era of female sprinters. We know 4 of the finalists. We know that OKAGBARE and Freeman have gone through from the first semi-final, and we know that JETER and AHOURE have gone through from the second semi-final. Soumaré in 2, Lafamacando in 3, Lalova in 4, Kerron Stewart in 5, Anderson 6, FRASER-PRYCE 7, Osumnu 8, Ferguson in lane 9. Away well there, FRASER-PRYCE third to left, and she's ready in the lead and building up a good lead here, and coming through is her teammate Kerron Stewart there in the centre. FRASER-PRYCE from Kerron Stewart, and between them Anderson, and that winning time 10.87. The wind speed into their faces almost non-existent, and boy oh boy didn't she look relaxed. Would you put any money on anybody other than her to take the gold? Shelly Ann FRASER-PRYCE is a formidable competitor when it comes to major championships. She ran a very easy 11.15 in her heat, and that one, frankly, 10.87, looked pretty easy as well. Goodness me. Good running from her teammate Kerron Stewart, 10.97. for second place there. And the Jamaicans are absolutely flying, aren't they? They really are. Both men's and women's squads with really good chances of goals in the sprint relays.
Well, this was vintage Shelly Ann FRASER-PRYCE, wasn't it? And a class of her own. Very good run there, I thought, from Kerron STEWART. And well, that by some distance the fastest of the 3 semi-finals. So it does rather leave Verena SAILER sweating. She may not have done enough. In fact, I think we can confirm she hasn't, because Lalova in 4th place in that semi-final is quicker than SAILER. So the German will not qualify for the final. It looks to me like it's Anderson and Gardner, English Gardner and Alexandria Anderson. So it's really going to be, as predicted, Jamaica versus the USA.
Yeah, 3 Americans going through to that 100 metres final. Of course, that is last year at the Games in London. FRASER-PRYCE winning that one pretty easily and easing off well before the tape, twinning 10.87.
Well, that is going to be one tasty final coming up. It's the concluding event on day 3 here in Moscow later. Their confirmation of the 3 qualifiers.
Yes, FRASER-PRYCE 10.87 ahead of Kerron STEWART's 10.97. And there's the